What's up, everybody? That was amazing. Made me feel really good on my old ticker. I am Asa, and to my lovely left is Addison.
Howdy. To my left, Josh. And to my left,
Andrew.
Really quickly, before we move on, this is our last episode.
You didn't even say this is GameChat.
Oh, yeah, fine. This is GameChat. But
no, do it properly.
oh, fine.
It's the last. This is the last one.
This is the last episode of GameChat
Oh, man.
Your
of
weekly
season 1.
Yeah.
Your weekly Gamescast.
Yes.
Brought to you by Borderline Entertainment.
Just barely winning your affections, one hefty flop at a time.
They didn't do it. We gotta try it again.
Okay, we're gonna flop it hard. Okay,
Don't
take
get
it
too
out.
loud because then you can't hear yourself.
Okay,
Take it
well, and then flop it. You gotta really it's dead.
Dead.
It's hanging there.
Really flaccid.
We're just barely towing the line of what is okay to say and what is not okay to say. Do we make you smile? Do we make you cry? Do our faces make you want to punch them or smooch them?
That's a punchable face. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, to each his own. But this is our last episode of Game Chat, but we are not done working for you. So, this is going to be the last time on Game Chat that we're going to be able to plug Patreon.
Yeah.
We'll keep plugging it in other ways. Don't worry. We'll plug it in wherever we
Plug
need
it so hard.
Listen, people.
You're sick.
Patreon is a wonderful place where people like us, creators, can go and we make rewards and different level tiers for you to sign up. Lowest is $1. That's super easy. I'm doing it. I'm at the $5 tier.
Wow. He is literally outselling himself.
But basically, you give us money, we make more of this stuff, we make it better, we make it better for you, and you get rewards from us for your tier. So say $1 gets you early access, but then also gives us money so we can make better stuff to get it to you early.
And $1 doesn't seem like a lot.
No.
But when you have a lot of people giving $1, that's a lot of money.
A lot of dollars.
That's a lot of dollars.
A lot of dollar.
Holla holla. All right, so this is our last episode of the series.
Season.
Of the season, but of the series of our predictions of
This
2017.
is Return of the King.
Or
Oh, God, shut
the
up.
Battle of
Five Armies.
Five Armies.
No,
is that what they
safe.
called it?
No, it works better because this is Nintendo, and the title is Return of the King.
Oh. I don't get it.
That. You don't get it? Nintendo was the king.
And it's returning? Okay. Possibly.
Yeah. Is it returning?
Yeah.
Which is, man, I know it's bad to say that was a great segue, but when it is, I have to acknowledge it. That was such a great segue.
Thank you.
I was talking to him.
What?
Because he finished it. You just kind of...
Yeah, that was definitely, sorry.
You sparked it and he finished. All right, so we're talking about, hopefully, the return of the king. This is going to be our previews and predictions of Nintendo in 2017. So everybody is really high right now.
Wow.
And, and it is not on drugs. It is not on life.
It's on Switch feed.
They are... Dang it. You just had to say Switch feed. Because I thought so long and hard about what to call it.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
And I called it Switchmania. But, Switch Fever. It's Switchmania, brother! I don't think that's... Crap, is that copyrighted? Legal?
No, you're just saying brother in an accent.
You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
We don't have to do that, because...
I know, he's right there, but now it's habit. Yeah, so we're talking about the Switch fever that everyone has. But do we really want to bring the fever down? No.
Never.
Get the thermometer out of your butt and let that temperature rise.
I feel like you should leave it in if you wanted the temperature to rise. Sorry.
No, that's right. If we want to know your temperature's rising, plug it right back in your sphincter.
Plug it hard.
So how does the Switch look in the wild? Have you seen it out there?
No.
Because I haven't seen it in the stores. I've been like actively watching people as they walk by me in public, and I'm like, dang it, no Switch. No Switch.
I
But
don't think the
they're not
market's
here.
huge enough yet. Like, it's going to be exactly how it was when the Wii launched. Do you guys remember that? Like, the Wii came out and you couldn't find them in stores for months.
Right.
Yeah.
And when you finally saw one, you're like, buy it.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be rare for a while.
I haven't seen them either. However, I don't know if that is a good thing. And it's not because like, oh, people are buying them off the shelves really quick.
Right.
I'm thinking, are they making enough of them? Because I don't think they're pushing them out enough. I mean, when NES Classic came out in like the winter of 2016, they said they only made like 100 million or something like that. They only made a small amount of them, and like those things flew off the shelves. But it wasn't a good thing because they didn't have that many out there. Like the demand was so high, but they're like, it's going to be a little bit. Like I don't think that should be the answer for Switch. Since this is their new console, it shouldn't be a little bit. Like they need to be pounding these things down our throats.
Speaking of out in the wild, we've seen Breath of the Wild played.
Ugh, yes.
Good segment.
Yeah. Breath of the Wild is absolutely deserving of 10 out of 10. I'm a little biased because I love The Legend of Zelda, but yeah, it is incredible. I think Nintendo finally wised up and listened to what people were saying and saying that they wanted an updated way to play the game because Zelda was so classic in the way that it played. Its mechanics were the same for the most part, besides like motion controls and small uptuning or, from, I was going to say Majora's Mask, but I don't like that one. Why can't I think of it? It's the one that everyone loves that I like.
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time.
Oh, okay.
You're such a great fan.
Shut. From Ocarina of Time all the way to Wind Waker, and then from Wind Waker to like Skyward Sword. There have been small changes, but not a lot. It's been the same sort of structure. This is like a whole new ball game for The Legend of Zelda. The fact that you can use any type of weapon, that it can break, that you can climb everything, that you cook food for stat boosts, that you could go anywhere, do the dungeons in any order, that you can snowboard. Now, unfortunately, it's like the only game.
Is that
Right?
True.
I mean, like, there's a couple of other things, like Super Bomberman or whatever you called it.
Super Boomerang.
Yeah, Boomerang. 1-2 Switch. I think Snipper Clips is out. Yeah. But, I mean, saw a demo of Snipper Clips, which is a really inventive game. But, anyways, there's a short amount of games. Like, there's not a lot.
Right.
And that's what a lot of people are worried about right now.
The next one's Odyssey, but who knows when that's coming out.
Yeah, like, that's the next new game. I mean, we're getting, like... Well, no, Splatoon 2 is new.
Oh.
But, I mean, that's a sequel. As far as, like, brand new games, there's not a whole lot. And the games that people want, like, I would love a new Metroid game.
Yes.
Preferably a Metroid Prime type game. Because I think that they need a good shooter.
Yeah.
They've got platformers, they've got RPGs, they've got fighting games, Pokken Tournament, and I'm sure another one that I can't remember. But, like, they need a good first-person shooter that is their own, and that was Metroid Prime. Like, they can keep the first-person thing, because I know Prime was a trilogy and it's kind of over, but they can make a new game series and still keep it first-person. Am I the only Nintendo lover at the table right now?
I'm more of a classic Nintendo lover.
Okay.
Yeah.
I struggle with Nintendo, honestly. I think that they're more family geared, and that's not a problem.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I'm just more of a single title and violent nature for my games.
Nice.
Okay. So...
And I feel like Nintendo also like sticks with the same titles more so than what PlayStation and Xbox have.
Yeah.
Like it kind of drives it into the ground a little bit.
Yep.
Dramatically.
We've always had Mario and Zelda and Metroid Prime.
I think they're very mascot driven.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, that's what their company is.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think they struggle bringing in other new first-party IPs.
Mm-hmm.
I think there are a good second-party, which, they have another developer making it, but they own them, But them themselves, you're right, like, it's all the same people. But people keep buying it.
Oh, because they're great.
That's the thing, is that they're amazing games, but they don't make anything else.
Yep.
So we don't think that third-party developers are going to come to the Switch, or at least not very many.
But didn't they show like Skyrim or something in the preview of the Switch?
Oh,
Like,
Yes,
it was on
yes,
the thing.
they did.
Yeah, but that's, it's like a 6-year-old game,
Yeah.
and whereas a lot of people are going to play it, especially on the go, it just, like, the Switch doesn't have the power that the other two consoles have. So I think that's what is going to either confirm or deny if third-party people are going to come over, because they're going to have to dumb down their games. I mean, Nintendo has been marching to their own drummer for a long time.
Probably,
And,
1964.
like, it was great at the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's like, you might want to jump on board with some things because you're clearly not winning any race, but I'm starting to wonder if they even care,
Yeah, I don't think they did.
Which is, in its own way, pretty amazing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Do you think that they're going to put out any new hardware for the Switch? Like, I think it would be super cool if the Joy-Cons, and I think we talked about this in the Switchmas episode, but like if the Joy-Cons could be shaped like GameCube controllers or 64, even if it's like color schemes.
Yeah. That'd be pretty cool. I'd be behind that, yeah. GameCube specifically, to be honest, I hate the Nintendo 64 controller. But
Oh, that's true. Weird.
Nobody has 3 hands, Nintendo.
They kind of limited themselves.
Mm-hmm.
They came out with a revolutionary idea. No one else is doing this. So that's why it's so exciting. But in the long run, like, what are they going to do? You can't really accessorize when the controllers have to be like this big.
Mm-hmm.
And they can only do so much. They have to have the HD rumble. So they're not going to have this. Like I just feel like they limited themselves so much. And whereas I'm super excited for them, I am still, like I was at the very beginning of the season, I'm still worried about the future of Nintendo. The only other Nintendo hardware thing that might come out is like Super Nintendo Classic. Like they did the NES Classic, and it seems like it's going to be like a line, like the Classics line. And so there's the NES Classic, and they could really just do that.
That's interesting.
Almost up into the Wii at this point.
Yeah.
Like the Wii is now hitting that classic range. So,
Which is sad, because it wasn't that long ago.
no.
It was just too many consoles ago.
And as far as their games coming out this year, they've got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, they've got Splatoon 2, Super Mario Odyssey. But other than that, like, those are like the only big games coming out, and one of those is just an updated version of an old game. And who knows about 3DS? Like, they still have not confirmed or denied if they're going to kill it off with the Switch.
Right.
Like, they're just kind of letting it exist alongside it. And when you have games like Pokemon, that's a handheld game.
Yeah.
Is it going to be on their handheld hybrid, or is it going to be on their handheld, or both? We just need some clear messaging.
Return of the King. Their sword was broken. It's being reforged.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
And that took a long time. Here's what's coming out this week. We have, sorry, I'm really excited. Persona 5 is coming out April 4th, finally, for PS4. I'm super excited.
PS4?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know what Persona is?
Couldn't tell you.
It's very Japanese.
Very Japanese, which I
Okay.
know means you don't like
Nope.
it. Also coming out, Sniper Ghost Warrior 3. It's coming out April 4th for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Wow.
Bulletstorm Full Clip Edition. It's coming out April 7th, PS4, Xbox One, PC. Bulletstorm is actually pretty cool. What are you playing this weekend?
Destiny.
I will believe that when I see it.
Yeah. I don't know if I'll be playing much this weekend. I don't know if I'm going to have time, to be honest.
That's true.
I'm probably going to just keep hammering away at Ark for a while.
Cool.
This is great. This is the last time for months.
A few months, yeah. Easily a few months.
We'll be back. We'll
Yeah.
be scattered in there. At least Game Chat will be. We'll have other shows.
Maybe we'll do like funniest moments.
Thank you very much for all of you that have tuned in every week that we've uploaded and just continue to support us.
That was weird.
What?
You and the blowing of kisses.
Stop.
I just thought it was coming full circle.
I'm Andrew.
I'm Josh.
I'm Madison.
I'm Asa.
This is the last episode of Game Chat.
Oh, that is sad.
Yeah.
Season 1. We'll be back. But we're out.
We're out.
Bye.
Bye.
That's
Bye.
a wrap.
Bye.
Good night.
Yeah, let's all walk away.
That's a great end. We're all leaving.